Okay, never really wanted to use the box, I'll admit it, Sen, but today I'm going to highlight the differences between the Anycubic Photon Slicer, the B9 Creator, which is my favorite, the B9 Create, which I just discovered, and I'm questioning whether or not it's superior, and SituBox. I think that's how you pronounce it. Someone correct me. Now, a quick little story. I have a friend named Scott, and he sucks. So I'm going to make Scott Sucks keychains. It's going to be hilarious. We're going to start with the Anycubic Slicer, which I think is my least favorite out of all of them. Here is my keychain. I think it was made with AutoCAD online. It's a really quick process. I've made things like this before. Let's shrink it down. I mean, not that it matters. I'm just illustrating supports, but let's at least get it on the build plate. So what I did is I shrunk it down, and put it directly on the build plate. Let's rotate it. Is that the x-axis? Yes, it is. 45 degrees. I mean, intuitively, you guys can all look at this and you can realize it could just be printed flat on the plate. We're not comparing prints here. We're just comparing the slicer's ability to support, because that's really all I care about. If you guys want me to do something that's printable, like a mini or something like that, we can absolutely do that. I don't really have a reason for not liking this. I never really used it. But let's check it out. Let's check it out together. Okay, one thing right off the bat is the fact that it does layer by layer. Now, I know all of them do that. I just downloaded, I think it's a Formlabs slicer, and it did this, but it was sluggish, and it turned me off to it completely. Now, you want to turn this print to where you don't have to support this line, but like I said, this is just for the support. So let's check this out. I mean, these supports seem pretty simple. Ooh, okay. That's one thing that I will say that I do like about this slicer already. The fact that it bridges supports. Now, this might not mean much to a lot of you, but the stability really contributes to a more beautiful print. So this is amazing, and I like this. That's something that my favorite slicer could probably learn from. Now, let's see. Let's see what we can do to customize this. Yeah, not very many customization options here with the tips. Got pyramid and cone. That's definitely not what I'm looking for. The middles don't really matter much to me. The raft, it looks good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the raft here. This is fine. Where this really doesn't excel is the fact that you only have two options here. But check it out. It has the angle, the contact depth, which is the important part, the radius, the length, the shape, the cone. This is good. I mean, to be very honest with you, I don't know why I never gave this one a shot. It's simple. It's right in front of our faces. Let's see if we can actually modify. No. Can I not modify individual supports? Edit? Oh, I can. Yeah, that's wonderful. Can I move them? No. I cannot move them. Let me see if I can move the raft. Nope. Okay. So once the supports are down, they're down. And it looks like I can't move them at all. Somebody should probably correct me, but it looks like I can't move. That's a huge flaw. That's a huge flaw. You want to move things after the fact. Okay, look, check this out, though. You can move the tip. Can I edit these too? Ah, maybe. Okay, so you can move the tip, which moves the entire support, but you can't move the support base, which could angle it away from underneath. Now, I forgot who it was on Facebook who said something about how important it was to him that their supports can be angled. I think it was Jared. Jared Smith. Yeah, no, it was Jared Smith. And then Sen came and corrected us as he usually does because he's so smart. Yep. So, I mean, not a bad place to start, especially because it comes with the what just happened? What? Okay, I switched tabs and now they're midgets or small people, whatever's least offensive. Wow. I don't know why that happened. That sucks. Maybe it just brought. Yeah, look at that. it brought the minimum length, not the minimum length, the model length down, or the modem height, the model height down for some reason. And it won't let me edit it. Okay. Garbage. Not the best. So let's take Scott, who definitely sucks, into. You know what? While we're here, why don't we check out the firmware? Since this is $140 worth of equipment here, let's continue our evaluation because I am not paying $140. Look at this. I do like how they have all of us here. Let's apply. It doesn't matter what resolution because we're not slicing with firmware, although I suspect we could if we really wanted to. Let's see. How do I import file? Scott sucks. Model's bigger than the build table. I mean, yeah, I don't really care if they scale it because, like I said, this is just for show. Okay, so a couple problems that I found with this. And you'll see. It's almost like too complicated for its own good, but it does look really sexy. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, if any of my preferred slicers could look like this would be great. So, Formlabs is doing a good job there. The problem that I have, Formlabs, if you're watching, and I hope you are, is where are we? Support mode. So you hit support mode, right? Ooh, okay. We're going to spin this around like this. And then you select add a single support. Now, I will say this program has so many support options. These guys are on to something here. But check this out. This is what I don't like. Let me select the option. Do you see how the cross section is jumpy? It's not smooth. That's not my hand. That's just maybe my graphics card sucks. I don't know, man. But that really was a turnoff for me. I couldn't get past the fact that you had to go really slow to get that smooth. It's not even smooth then. But not gonna lie, supports are nice. Like I said, it's almost like super too advanced for what I need it for. But check this out. It doesn't show the supports unless you want it to. You can edit anything about these supports. It's so cool. Let's see if I can remember how to see the supports, which is, relatively important. Let's see, relatively important. Man, I don't know how to see the supports. But, I mean, it doesn't matter. You guys can see that this is a great program. It's just super expensive. It's $140. I think the trial is 30 days, but I can't warrant paying for something like this unless it's perfect, and it is not. Let's see. I do like the filled wireframe. I think that looks good. I put a mini in here and it actually looked really good. I'm trying to find to where you guys can actually see this. Oh, there we go. Finish supporting. Yeah. So you could really go all out with these. Check this out. You can edit everything about each individual support. You can highlight all of them. You could change everything about it. The one thing I don't like, it doesn't have the tip that I'm looking for. I keep seeing Sue and everyone else using Situbox print with the sphere tips. That's sexy to me. So let's move on. Let's not save our work. And let's take this, and we're going to go right into Situbox. Why not? So, history with Situbox, I just can't get it to work. I can't get it to work. I've tried. I've given it on a shot. I tried to use it as a hollower. The hollow is horrible compared to Meshmixer. A ton of errors, but it's going in the right direction. This is such a... Oh, whew. Here we go. Scale to the fit size. This is such a great start for a program. We're a 1.5 here that you're seeing. It's the latest and greatest. I don't know if it's the greatest. People seem to be moving back. But it's made by someone that is a part of the group, and he's really working hard. I don't know anything about programming, so I can't speak to the quality of the programming, but I will say that it's easy interface to use. It really is. It's probably the most beautiful interface out of all of the slicers that I use, or that I've tried, rather. Now, where I disagree is when we get down to the nitty-gritty. The most important part of my life, the supports. These support settings, amazing. He has really outdone himself with the amount of customability here. Customability. Sorry, I'm a little bit whiskey here. Sphere is what I've always been looking for. I guess it makes it easier. I do like how they highlight the hot spots. The cross section is quick, has nothing to do with my graphics card, I think, maybe. Supports, oh, see, look at that, the tree stuff. They're working for me right now. Typically on minis, they don't really want to click, they don't want to connect, they don't want to do anything. But let me see if I could find a way to emulate what I'm talking about. Yes, so you see here? Oh, there we go. There we go. So you have to move a little bit, but it's a little bit finicky. Let's see if we could try that again. Delete. Delete. So in these tight spaces, the box doesn't want to edit. And I know maybe Sen's watching right now and he's like, change something. What did he tell me to change? Sen, I wish you were here. No, I just changed it to light. It doesn't matter. He said to change something. Was it the length? The minimum length. Is that what you said to change? No. Oh, wait, that's the minimum length. Let's do something ridiculously long. No. Yeah, guys, I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's there, and I really want to love this, Sen, and, you know, I'm gonna give it some shots, but the fact of the matter is, yes, I want to quit. Oh, you know what? To be said about this, you could slice from here, and the slicing's great, and the anti-aliasing is here. I have another video on anti-aliasing. I can't do that in any of my other slicers. So at the end of the day, my prints come back to Situbox, and I slice with it. So it's awesome. Scott sucks, just in case anyone was wondering. Let's exit out of this, and I'll take you to the promised land. So this is B9 Create. Again, Scott sucks. Huge build plate. Now, story between B9 Creator and B9 Create is B9 Creator was built for the printer, the B9 Creator. And that printer has been discontinued. No more updates. Now, I found this, the B9 Create, for their flagship line, the Core 550 and the 530. Thing that sucks about this, I can't change the build plate dimensions. It's not something I can change. And that sucks. I don't, you know, I got nothing else. I just emailed their support. They said they have no intentions, but the new version that's coming out later on this year is going to be a little more open. He was very vague about that. But anyway, let's check this out. So let's lift it up. Let's rotate it 45 degrees. Scott sucks. And then we're going to go right into the supports. Nice thing about this, you can just support. You just support. Now, they don't connect. They don't connect at all. And that kind of bums me out. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. I just found this joint. This joint now, not, you know, the weed stuff. Let's see. Modify. You could take the tip and change it to a whole bunch of different things here. Spikes, I'm super interested in. I want to see if that works one day. Probably won't. Peel Foundation, don't know what that is, but the joint is kind of like the sphere that you guys use in Situbox, so I'm totally down. But if you change the penetration, it looks even more like that sphere. So I'm going to really mess with that. So when I saw this program, I was like, dude, that's the coolest thing in the world. There's the cross-section. Of course, you have the X-ray vision slider. It just works, and that's all I need. That's really all I need. Now, so I found this, and I was like, dude, this is the greatest thing in the world. I never knew about joints, right? So this is clearly my best bet. Slice to surface for finish makes the print smooth, and it also takes hours to slice. Don't ever do that. And I mean, I don't use this to slice anyway. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll figure that out. I do like how I have custom in here, and that I can set the support defaults. That's big to me. I love that. You know, I wish where we're going next had that. So we're going to exit out of this. Now, as long as I've been printing, I've been using the same slicer. That's the B9 Creator slicer. The one that's discontinued, As you can see, it looks a lot older than its counterpart, but check this out. Oh, there's nothing to check out here. Let's see. There is a way to set the build plate. Okay, well, it's not going to work, so let's just pump this up. There's a way to go into the config files and set the build plate to the same size as the Photon, and I will do that if someone really cares for me to do it. Somebody in the group taught me how to do that earlier today. Let's see who it was. I can't remember who you were. I'm so bad with names. Chad Elstad. Thank you, man. That was great. All right, same thing. So this is where all the magic happens. This is my favorite slicer. Let's scale it down just to not make these things mad. Let's scale it down even more. There we go. Scott sucks. He's gonna love this. All right, let's rotate it. 45 degrees. Hit supports tab. I mean, this is obviously going to be easier for me because this is the only slicer that I use. You find the islands. Check that out. There's an island right there. You put the support, right? So, I mean, it's that simple. It really is just that simple. The nice thing is these supports, again, are super modifiable. Jared, you're going to like this. You're going to love this. You can move these all over the place. Sen showed that you can also do this in SituBox, the other slicer. You can get really crazy with these supports. They're super customizable. I really like them. Look, you can get really far in here. Let's actually make this not look so crazy. Okay, it still looks crazy. That's great. You go over here. You can, change the length to 8, push it back all the way. You can change the penetration with the slider. Check that out, penetration. Get it? Angle factor. Angle factor sometimes comes in handy when you're trying to get into those really weird spaces. You can make it straight. You can make it vertical. You could really do anything you want. Now, where I didn't realize that I had gone wrong is I didn't know that joint was possible in the old version. So I won't be moving to B9 Create until the update later on this year, because this now has literally everything I need other than the ability to change the default support parameters. I will say it's something that's lacking. I wish it had. But I hope this illustrates not only that Scottsy sucks, that the other slicers just don't work for me. Like I said, I'm going to keep trying SituBox because it's a slicer. It's more than that. It does a whole bunch of things. I just got to wait for it to be a stable program. But other than that, don't forget that Scottsy sucks, guys. And I will see you next time. Let me remember how to turn this off.